Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you had a great day yesterday and that you're ready to learn a few things today. But we're going to start off by saying the Pledge of Allegiance. So let's stand and put our right hand over our heart and look at the flag and say the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And you can sit down. I'm going to be reading you a Bible story from the Jesus Storybook Bible today, like I did yesterday. And today the story is called Treasure Hunt. So let's find out about the treasure hunt. One day, Jesus was telling people about God's kingdom. God's kingdom is wherever God is king, Jesus told them. It's wherever God is in charge. It's where he fills your heart up with his forever happiness and you stop running away from him and you love him. But sometimes people couldn't understand these things very well. So Jesus helped them by telling them stories. And those stories were called parables. Can you say parables? Jesus said, God's kingdom is like a hidden treasure. And then he told them the story. So see, Jesus is sitting there telling those people a story or a parable. So once upon a time, there was a man working in a field digging. So there he is, he's digging, but he doesn't know is that in that field there is a buried treasure. So dig, 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 clink, clink, clonk. Uh-oh, his shovel bumps into something hard. Hello, what's this? He picks it up, dusts it off. It's a chest. It's rusted and locked, but creak, he pries it open. What he sees inside takes his breath away. It's beautiful, it's glittering, it's gleaming, it's twinkling, it's sparkling, precious jewels. It's a treasure chest, and he wants that treasure. He needs to get that treasure, and he must have that treasure somehow, even if he has to sell everything he has so he can pay for it. He quickly buries the treasure again, runs home, and sells everything he has. And he takes the money from the sale and goes and buys that field. Now he owns the field. And the treasure that he's buried it in, he runs back and digs up that treasure again. See, it's a treasure chest full of jewels. Jesus said, coming home to God is as wonderful as finding a treasure. You might have to dig before you find it. You might have to look before you see it. And you might even have to give up everything you have to get it. But being where God is, being in his kingdom, that's more important than anything else in all the world. It's worth anything you have to give up, Jesus told them. Because God is the real treasure. God had a treasure too, of course. A treasure that was lost long, long ago. What was God's treasure? His most important thing, the thing God loved best in all this world. God's treasure was his children. That's you and me. It is why Jesus had come into the world and to find God's treasure and pay the price to win them back. And Jesus would do it, even if it cost him everything he had. So Jesus' treasure are people like me and people like you. You are God's children and I'm a God's child, just like that. I thought that was a neat story and thought I would share that with you. Well, today we're going to talk about a new number, the number 15. When we have a 1 and a 5 together, that makes 15. You're exactly right. Let's count what's on the back of the card. Oh, we have some drums to count. Will you help me count the drums? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 drums. So when we have a 1 and a 5 together, what number does that make? Yes, the number 15. So I found a couple of things for us to count today. Yes, I found some Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are all the best thing to have around to count. You help me count the Fruit Loops. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 Fruit Loops. I'll probably eat those after we've counted them, but I'll save them for later. I bet you might have something else at home that you might could find that you might could count to 15. I also found some blocks. I found some orange blocks to count. You help me count the orange blocks. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 blocks. So today you look around your house and see if you can find something that you can count to 15. It could be Fruit Loops, it could be Cheerios. If you have some blocks like this, find 15 and count. And practice counting to the number 15. And I also wanted to read to you a little bit about Vicki Vulture that we talked about yesterday. You know, we're talking about the letter V. There's capital V and little v, and this is Vicki Vulture down here. So I'm going to read to you just a little bit about Vicki Vulture so you'll know a little bit about her. So let's visit the home of Vicki Vulture. But we'll have to climb up a high mountain to find her dark cave. It's so dark inside we have to blink our eyes. Now we can see 2 fluffy tan colored balls on the cave floor. Tan is like a light brown color. The fluffy balls are really 2 baby birds, Vicki Vulture and her brother. Vicki Vulture's mother and daddy are black vultures. Vicki's feathers will not turn dark until she gets older. See, her mama's feathers are dark, but Vicki's aren't dark yet, but they will turn dark as she gets older. Vicki will be quite a bit bigger than Quentin Quail. Remember Quentin Quail when we talked about the letter Q? And a little bit larger than Rusty Rooster. Remember when we talked about Rusty Rooster? And she will have dark skin on her head and brownish black feathers on the rest of her body. And when she spreads her wings, she will be able to stretch farther than you can with your arms. Let's stretch our arms out. Stretch your arms out. Vicki's wings will go even farther than that when she gets to be a big vulture. For now though, Vicki is just a baby chick. Isn't she cute? She's just a baby. Her mother and daddy are very good parents. They found a cave, and her mother laid 1 white egg with brown spots. Instead of putting her egg in a nest as many birds do, she held the egg on her feet and kept it warm with her body. 2 days later, the mother vulture laid another egg. Mrs. Vulture kept both those eggs on her feet. While her mother kept the eggs warm, her father looked for food. And then they traded places. After Vicki and her brother hatched, their mother and daddy still sat over them for many, many days. Remember when we talked about the letter P, penguin? Remember the daddy penguin kept the egg between his feet to keep it warm before it would hatch. So that's kind of the way Vicki Vulture did. She kept the eggs warm by putting them on her feet. So tomorrow we'll talk a little bit more about Vicki Vulture. But isn't she cute? She's just a little baby. She's a baby vulture. Well, I hope you have a great day today, and I hope you find some things that you can practice counting to 15 for me today. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. I love you. Bye.